Today, we're going to look at none other than what I think is the single most underrepresented team in all of women's college basketball. So to start off, I'm going to give you some stats, see if potentially you could figure it out prior to me telling you which team it is. Their coach has been head coach at the program for 15 plus years. The last 4 years, they've gone 30-3, 26-3, 30-3, and 33-4. They have made it to the NCAA tournament 3 years in a row. They have been conference tournament champion 3 years in a row. Then let's go to their players. They have the single most three-point attempts in college basketball. They have the 9th highest three-point percentage. So not only are they shooting a lot of threes, they're making them. They shoot, on average, 17 more threes a game than their opponent. Then, my two favorite players on their team are shooting somewhere between 5 to 6 three-pointers a game, on average, and they are making them at a clip that is 39%. That, in my eyes, is wild, and the team is Florida Gulf Coast. So the reason I picked Florida Gulf Coast is because they have a coach that's had a super winning record for a long period of time. Carl Smesko is his name. And they play a style of basketball where they only shoot layups at the rim and they shoot threes. Those are the things they prioritize. So they were kind of like, before this modern wave of analytics, they kind of did it prior to, which I love and appreciate. So we're going to break this into 4 areas. We're going to talk about, one, their weakness first off. Then we're going to talk about them driving the ball. Then we're going to talk about transition. Then we're going to talk about my favorite, which is three-point shooting. So first off, their weakness is going to be they're playing mostly guards. So if you find someone big that can overpower them, they're going to have a lot of issues, as we can see here. But the positive side of this is you're going to have crazy good athletes. Like number one right there, Winston, who I think makes some of the most athletic plays I've ever seen on a college basketball court. Like, those are tremendous. She's so quick with the first step, and she's one of the ones that I noted earlier that shoots at a crazy high percentage from outside. But you can see all of the players on the court for Florida Gulf Coast get downhill, and their 5-out spacing and the fact they can shoot threes put so much pressure on the defense that they get major advantage just because of this alone, which is why the reason I think they have probably the most exciting offense. Not only this, but every time there's a missed shot, they are looking to push in transition. If you don't stop the ball, they are going to punish you by making something at the rim. Not only that, but after a made shot, or obviously terrible passes, they look to push in transition. But on a made shot, they don't have specific inbounders or whatever. It's literally the first person to get the ball throws it in so that the way they can push it even faster. Their tempo is off the charts, which I absolutely love. And then the single favorite part is the fact they can shoot so well from beyond the arc. I think in today's day and age, if you do not have a team that can shoot from the outside, you just cannot be an effective team. You just cannot be effective on offense, at least. Because defenses are going to sag, clog the paint. But if you are able to put pressure from behind the arc, you're going to have a real good time creating more offensive opportunities for yourself. So the big issue for Florida Gulf Coast, looking at it like at a pragmatic approach, is because they play in the Atlantic Sun, they're never going to get any respect going into the season. I think they've been ranked in the top 25 once in the last 5 years, despite having incredible records. Last year, they won. It was an upset against Washington State, and they played decent against Villanova. They got beat pretty badly at the end, though. So the only real way that they're going to make a run is they're going to have to upset 3 good teams inside the tournament, which I think is possible, especially if they shoot pretty well on a particular day. Because I love their coach, I love their style, and I think they have great guards surrounding the floor. And so that is why I believe Florida Gulf Coast is the best team that you haven't heard of this year.